Thank you so much for joining me today. Today, I just want to do a quick career reading. It's been a while since I've done that, and I thought it'd be fun. I do have two decks in front of me. We're going to use one for tarot and to clarify. But first, I would like to cleanse, do some sound clearing. And grab an angel number for this pile. All right. Oh, we have 1212. Oh, that's perfect. That's so funny. That's actually my lucky number. So 1212, we also have the moon and Leo coming out here. Okay, maybe a bit of conflict between your emotions and your ego. Like what you want versus what's expected of you. If you can let me know down in the comments what 1212 comes up in your browser for your angel number, I would love to hear it since we all get different answers. To start, I want to grab some Oracle with my Animal Spirit deck. Let's take a look at what the collective is feeling in their career at this time. Okay, I did see this when I was shuffling. We have the Otter. This is very playful, creative energy. It is currently Gemini season when I'm filming this. So I'm not surprised that playful creativity, it being a water sign, and that energy, you're very go with the flow. So I don't see you stressing out too much. Maybe trying to just enjoy what you have right now. Okay, let's get some more information. Ooh, on the back of my deck, I have a snake. Beautiful. I actually would like to read from the book with the animal. Okay, I wanted to grab the book for this. We have the Otter. Unobstructed joy, playfulness, contentment. Perhaps the most joyful creature within the Animal Spirit deck, the Otter represents absolute bliss. Otter energy is the playfulness of a child, available to us at any age. They have a giddiness and reverence for life itself, without the presence of doubt, worry, or skepticism. Imagine yourself with a little more Otter energy. What would your life look like? What would it take to bring you there? The Otter begs us these questions, and wants to transport us to that precious place as soon as possible. The celebration awaits. Upright, it's full of love and needs nothing. Oh, that is such a beautiful energy. So yeah, I do very much see you going with the flow, being very creative, playful. You might be indulging in like hobbies or expanding, wanting to expand. Let's get a closer look at the Oracle Chakra deck. Oh, we have Faith. Beautiful. Oh, one more. Okay, so I thought in Discovery. Beautiful. I feel like you're diving deeper into who you are, what makes you happy, what you'd like your life to look like in the future as well, while still maintaining like a pretty happy attitude right now. I have prayer on the back of the deck. Beautiful. Since we have Faith here, let's get some more information. That came out so quickly. We have the ever unfolding rose. Cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. Okay. And on the back of that deck, we have Dance with Life. Do something to change your energy. I want to get a couple more before we take a look fully at the Oracle. We have Sacrifice, number 12, coming out again, right above the 12s. Interesting. And then on the back of that deck, we also have Solitude. But I'm not taking this in a negative way. It's almost like you're going more deeper within rather than like isolating yourself. It almost feels like a period of like self-care. All right, let's grab some themes. We have Willpower in reverse. No, that's way too many. With Protection in reverse behind it, okay? That kind of gives me the sense that what you're doing might be scary. You might be a bit fearful to move forward in it. Okay, and I'm going to pull from this deck last. We have Crystal Technology Silicone. This came out in my last reading. Interesting. On the back of that deck, we have Resurrection with Yamaya. I believe Yamaya is the water goddess. How beautiful this artwork is. Okay, and with Resurrection being on the back, I'd actually like to keep that on here. Yeah, I do feel like you're connecting more with your inner self. See how like they're in solitude, isolated, but they're being nicely held. You might be going through a really uncertain time in your life right now, especially with your career, where you kind of want to branch out in another direction or change up what's currently happening to you. I feel like you're kind of tired of the monotony of your current life. There seems to be this sense of wanting to like build something, but it's going to be over a long period of time with the ever unfolding rose. And I feel like the more that you work at it, the more that you discover really what you're interested in and what it means for you. I really love how well all three of these connect. All these beautiful pink colors, this like isolation and this crystal. And we're seeing that again here with this beautiful faith figure that is pictured once again here. And there are the crystals. It's like this ever unfolding cycle of yourself. And we're actually getting that as well with the ever unfolding rose, where you're learning how to kind of blossom. Not come out of your shell, but growing in the right directions. And I feel like you feel comfortable with this. You might have had to give up a lot, or you might be looking and reflecting at the past and looking at the things that you've had to sacrifice in order to get where you currently are. But I see you happy about that, where you're like, I actually wouldn't change a thing that's happened to me. You know, if not for what I've been through, I wouldn't be where I'm at. I wouldn't have these beautiful ideas and be able to connect with myself in this way. With willpower in reverse, I am kind of getting the sense that you might not feel ready to put this into action. I feel like this is something that's been stirring in you for a little bit, but it doesn't seem to be pushed towards the reality yet. And I think that's the next step for you, is finding a way to integrate this beautiful discovery energy into your daily life, or more into your life, without it overwhelming you or bogging you down. It should be something that makes you happy, whether this is a hobby or something that you're looking to expand to, make into a business. I do see you very passionate about it, and the amount of dancing, we did have Dance with Life on the back of this deck. The amount of dancing that I'm seeing here, so beautiful. Okay, I want to go ahead and take a look at some tarot, get some more information. Alrighty, I actually want to start off with my dream deck here. Alright, let's take a look at the collective. Okay, we have the 10 of Cups in reverse. Wow, okay, this might be about splitting away from like family expectations, like familial expectations, or the expectations of your peers, or the people who are around you. What you might be interested in might be a bit different from what people expect of you or want from you. And I feel like that makes you happier, especially with Pisces being highlighted within this card. Pisces is a very spiritual, wise, sage energy. And it does give me the sense that you're leaning more into your passions with Pisces and Mars being highlighted. Okay, let's get some more. We have the Magician. Yeah, it's a lot of control. I feel like there's a lot of work on your plate in considering this. With my 5 of Coins following that and my Queen of Swords following that, there is a lot of fear that this would fail, that this might fail. Or I feel like it's not so much self-doubt as much as it is like just generalized uncertainty, not knowing if you should take the risk. But if you aren't scared doing something, then it's probably not worth doing. That's always been my personal opinion, because when it is worth doing, it is scary. And that's where you have to step up to the plate and kind of take on this magician energy where you're like, okay, I have this under control. I can do this. I can make this like a step-by-step process. The magician I always have seen as someone who is like controlling all the elements around them. They are able to, they have a mastery in the manipulation of things around them. And I don't mean manipulation in a negative tone at all. I mean it more so as in being able to prepare and guide yourself through the steps, even if you don't really know what the next step is going to be. It's going to be about tinkering and learning and gaining that knowledge and then utilizing that knowledge and repeating the process. And that can be scary. It does take a lot of time and a lot of effort. I can see that there is some fear that it might not work out for you. But I think that's where that faith and that prayer card that we were seeing in the oracles is coming out, where this is something that you know fulfills your soul. So I don't think you're not going to take the chance to work at it and do it and make it happen. Ooh. Well, with my Queen of Swords being in reverse, there is some fear about like being able to keep up with a program that you create for yourself. Because especially with the Magician, as you're getting things under control, prepping them, making sure that everything is ready, there is always going to be the fear of like, oh, okay, can I keep it up though? Like, can I manage this? Like I do tarot videos here, and I know that I can't really film twice a week. I don't have that kind of time in my schedule, so I will prep videos for that because that's what I've learned has worked for me through tinkering and gaining knowledge and working with myself on my projects and what makes me happy. Even my like desk here, I change it every now and again, and I have to lay that out well in advance because I know like, okay, I'm not going to have the time for that in the near future. So it's making sure I'm setting myself up for success, and without being able to do that, I would fall victim to this fear mentality a lot more often, where I'd be like, oh, I feel really unprepared, and that makes the outcome scary. But the cool thing is that when you start to work at something that you're really passionate with, and you start to take it in like steps and break it down for yourself, it almost becomes like magic when it happens perfectly as planned. And when you get the outcome that you were hoping for because you followed the steps necessary to get there and you took the time to really learn it and grow with it. And I've always really loved that kind of last minute result where it is like magic. I'm like, oh wow, everything went together so seamlessly. So it was so go with the flow with the otter here. Yeah, there's a sense maybe you're taking it a bit too seriously. And maybe you're faulting yourself on that. We have my Seven of Cups, which is all about soul fulfillment, but it's also about options. You have all these different options of what you could do to fill your soul. I can see you're a very passionate person, but you're also a very busy person. So this idea, this concept of what you want to grow towards or move towards seems to be just rooted in the mind right now. Like I said earlier, it doesn't seem like it's quite exactly in reality. You might be deconstructing familial issues as well as like your personal, like adjusting your personal life to your goals and routines and what you want to do. Whether this is something like going to school or starting a new job or even your own business. Let's get one more. Ooh, we have the Knight of Swords being very strategic. Yes, my Knight of Swords, that being an air energy, it's cunning, it's smart, it's strategic. Okay, interestingly enough, we do have my Two of Cups with my Six of Coins. Now, my Two of Cups is usually a romance card, as well as my Six of Coins, but I do take this more as like your life purpose, your life passion. Like, I love doing tarot. I love what I do for work. And I would definitely consider that to be this Two of Cups energy here. Yeah, it's a lot of hard work to do what you love, though, especially with that Eight of Coins there. You might feel like it's unfair, like you rushed things previously, and that's why they failed. I think that is something else that you're learning in this, is like when you do rush things, when you don't take the time to strategically plan things out and prepare yourself, I think they have fallen through, and that's been very discouraging to you. But I feel like you've learned from that. If not, I think you are learning that with my Judgment and Swords, my Six of Swords here. This is supposed to be a spiritual journey for you. You're supposed to fail a whole bunch. You're supposed to feel like, man, maybe I should have chosen a different hobby or something else to get into. This internal fight that you feel about whether or not you should, whether or not you'll fail, this is something that you also have to learn through and grow with, because it's not fair to treat yourself like this over the things that you want to do. And it's also not fair to set yourself up for failure with the things that you want to do. Oh, my cat Honey just came in. She's sitting here like, yeah, it is. You have to set yourself up for success. I think that this is something that you are learning as time goes on. But let's get some more information with my 10 of Cups here. Oh, okay. We have the Devil. This is like addictions. This could be toxic dynamics in your life. I feel like the people around you may feel that you should take a more traditional path, given that the 10 of Cups is usually a very traditional card. And with the Devil here, you might have to deal with a lot of like negative or rude energy from other people whenever you tell them like, oh, well, this is what I want to expand into, or this is what I'm hoping to do. I've dealt with this a lot. Like I do tarot. I have a really Catholic family. A lot of them are like, hey, that's like devil work. And I'm like, hey, it's not, but okay. So I can completely understand this energy, but for me personally, it was just having to recognize that, like, they don't have to live my life. I do, and this is what makes me happy, so this is what I'm going to do. We have the Magician. Let's get a little clarity on that. Oh, okay. Thank you. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. You're doing this by yourself. Oh, that's why this is so exhausting. This is why you're scared. Maybe you're used to, like, being able to kind of, not be codependent, but rely on teamwork or other people to kind of assist you and help build you. And this is something that you're like new to, so it feels terrifying. Like me personally, obviously doing these videos, I'm very new to. So it can be really scary because I don't know anybody who's good at like digital work who can help me. But as I continue, as I grow, I learn more and I try more and I research more as well, like, oh, what are the differences between these two features? So I do see you doing something similar to that, where it's like, regardless of what other people's opinions are, I see you moving forward with it and feeling quite alone, feeling like, well, I'm not going to get any help with this, but I don't care. I'm still going to get it done because this is what makes me happy. So if this is all about defending your own happiness, why do we have my 5 of Coins here? What is going on? 4 of Pentacles, okay. And that came with my 5 of Pentacles, to clarify again. So just on top of each other. You might be worried that it's worthless, or that it might be a waste of your time, is what I'm seeing. You might be worried that nothing is going to come out of it, or you won't get the results that you are hoping for. I am seeing something different here, though, that as long as you are able to create a plan that you can keep up with, one that works for you, and continue to just be consistent and towards the results that you're trying to get. I don't see that happening. I feel like a lot of this is fears that things won't work out for you because they haven't in the past, because you've rushed through them. But I'm seeing you take a very different approach because you're so passionate about this. What about this Queen of Swords? Okay, we have my King of Swords upright. There might be, maybe, I feel like maybe you were pushed towards a more traditional path. You might be worried about maybe the opinions of a male authority figure or a masculine partner in your life. They might not see things the way that you do. They might see it as like, they might be kind of driving this narrative that it's worthless or it's a waste of your time. And I see you guys at odds ends with each other about that. Because as much as they try to push this idea that the people around you don't really support it, or that it might be a waste of your time, I don't see you giving into that. It's almost like a spite mechanism where you're like, oh, you don't believe in me? Fine, I'll make it happen. Kind of sweet. Let's take a look at this 7 of Cups. We have my 10 of Pentacles. Okay, beautiful. That's often about contentment, harmony, and having a lot of opportunities as well. Like a lot of opportunities coming in. So I do see that, like, when you open the door to your soul's passion, you really start to work on this. Even if you feel alone, I do see this opening a lot of doors for you, making you very happy. The Knight of Swords, please, Spirit. We have my King of Cups. Yeah, this is something that you love. I think you'll even like the planning aspect of it. One thing that I had to learn before I like started doing tarot professionally, I worked at this therapy office and I would do a lot of admin work there, which helped me to learn how to use spreadsheets in a very efficient way, because I worked with this girl who was like a walking spreadsheet. She was so smart and she was very good at what she did. But when I look back, I realized that like I had to work that therapy job and learn all that admin work in order to do the spreadsheets that I use now for my current business. Those were my standard, and that created my standard. So I kind of had to go through this time period of doing what people expected of me to realize, like, number one, that makes me miserable. Number two, there's a better way for me to do my hobby and my passions, utilizing the knowledge that I learned at this job instead. And now I currently, I work as like event marketing in my part-time, and that helps me meet like craft vendors and show promoters for when I want to do events, for my personal products or for my tarot services. So it's building and growing in that way as well, and realizing like, oh, I actually love doing event marketing. I love getting out there and talking to people and showing off products and helping, you know, and something that fills up my time, gets me out of the house, makes me happy. I get to travel to new places. It checks off a lot of my goals, even though I'm not doing it for my stuff yet, and I'm doing it for a different company. When I do get to be able to do it to my stuff, it will make me so much happier. But it's going up like the building block. This has been like a 4-year process of me learning all the things that I can do to kind of build my own business up in the meantime, while I'm focusing on, you know, my day-to-day life and my reality. Now on the back of the deck, I do have the 8 of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like you're waiting for a big break, because you're juggling so much in your life. So there is this sense that maybe you feel like you need to walk away from family, because we have my 8 of Cups here with my 10 of Cups behind that. So you might feel like you have to walk away from family and spend time alone and able to kind of get this started and move forward with it. But I'm also seeing kind of hoping for like a big break, even though you're juggling a lot. It's almost like you're looking to kind of, there's like this runaway energy, but it's not, it's planned. It's like you want to be able to build yourself a foundation to move onto. This is very beautiful. Alrighty, let's go ahead and grab some quick self-care and some advice, and look at the timing of things as well. Alrighty, so as usual, I'm going to kick this off with a song for this pile. I love using my song deck. I haven't really used it in a career read, so I'm interested to see how this is going to turn out. Thank you guys for being my tester pile with this. Just one, please. Thank you. I have Meet You at the Graveyard with Cleffy. This is grief. Face down, cold heart, where you lay down, you stay down, but to me, you're still gone. Yeah, this might be grief about, like, yeah, because we also have Take a Walk by Passion Pit, stressed and feeling alone. This is important. I sit and pray, they never feel my strife, too much a coward to admit when I'm in need. Once a year, I'll see them for a week. Now, it's this one that I really want to highlight with this grief card, where it's like once a year, I'll see them for a week. So this, he talks about his family in this, how he brought them over to the country that he was in, and afterwards, he would only see them once a week. And it's literally this energy of like, why should my family be able to dictate where my life goes if I only see them, you know, once a week, for a week, once a year, you know? And there is this grief in recognizing like, oh, like these people don't love me for who I am as an individual. These people might just love me as like their daughter or as their sister or, you know, their partner, etc. They don't really see me for my passions, and they don't really believe in my passions, which is exhausting. And there's this need to, yeah, I was picking up at the very end of that tarot reading where it's like there's this need to want to walk away from these people who don't believe in you or who don't support and encourage you. Interesting. And we do have feeling alone and stressed here. And then in the middle of the deck, on the back of the deck, we also have Meet Me Halfway by the Black Eyed Peas, all about compromise here. So I feel like you are trying to compromise, but there is this like feeling inside you where you're like, I wish I could just like run away from this. Like I wish I could be with people who would support me and see my vision And that's something that I've actually been thinking about recently is I'm so grateful for all the friends that I have now. Oh my goodness. Like, I'm so proud of all my friends, and I'm always happy to, like, encourage them, because having watched them grown over the past couple years has been so beautiful, and watching them go towards things that aren't at all, like, in my interest field or my niche, but makes them incredibly happy. And then I think back to, like, 10 years ago, where all of my friends like hated what I did and were very unencouraging or even just outright mean to me. And I think about how that's changed for me, and I'm really grateful that I have the people in my life that I have now, so I can understand that energy of like wanting to run away, because I've gone through that before. But let me tell you, it gets better, especially when you do lean into your own interests. You start to find people who love you, not just for, you know, what you can do for them or for your interests, but just for who you are as a person. Now we have number 17, solar flares, activate, coming out. Okay, I see, yeah, I do see you rushing towards something again. But I feel as if this time it's going to be different. Like, I feel like in rushing towards it, you recognize how you need to slow down. It's like, this is so funny to say. Instead of running towards something or charging at it, it's almost like you're doing like a brisk jog. We also have retrograde and review on the back of the deck. So yeah, when you are activating this energy, I feel like there's going to be a time for reflection where you're like, oh, like, you know, I've come so far in this, or these are not the type of people that I want to continue with as I go down this journey. Let's take a look at zodiac signs, timing. We have Leo coming out again. Don't let pride get in your way. Coming out in reverse. And I think it's interesting that it's coming out in reverse. I do think that you should have more security in the things that you're interested in, and allow yourself to be interested in those things even when other people disagree with you. It's not for them to be interested in. We also have a time for healing with the balsamic moon on the back of the deck there. Okay, I want to grab some timing. When can we expect to see some change, some activation here? Please, Spirit, for the collective. Okay, it looks like we have 2. Okay, it's coming for you. Yeah, like, I think that this is a ship you can't stop from sailing. Like, you're... I think this has been weighing on your heart to move towards this, and I think by winter you will see some action, some activation in this area, and I think you'll be moving away from people who don't support you or encourage you or want you to do well. Very interesting. I do think it's going to kind of hit you like a... I feel like in 5 years from now, you'll look back and see how much things have changed, and that's going to hit you like a train, because you're like, oh, wow, it was like such a smooth transition into the success that I'm seeing now. Okay, I want to grab... Let's grab some self-care for you, because you seem like you're dealing with a lot. Connect with fire, number 12, coming out again. Okay, connect with fire. Maybe like watching a candle. I did have one that fell as well. We have number 28, intuition. Yeah, dude, you know that this is something that you want to do. I don't know why you're holding yourself back for other people, but you absolutely do not have to. Yeah, it's coming for you. You're gonna give one way or another. Alrighty, so that's what I'm seeing for you for career today. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know down in the comments how this resonated for you. I will also have career read services going up on my Etsy shortly here. You can find that in the link description below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!